fourth. These are the third and lows in fourth. Will we have a different winner on the top step here? Who knows? Moto2. Home race there, break the ponds. Here's Jake Dixon. And when he was in tears of despair, a tough to watch, wasn't it, after that French Grand Prix? While his compatriot, Megan Bastianini, right now is a championship that has 3 Italian names inside the top 3. 40 minutes or so here in Motorland Aragon. Intelligent rider is Luca Marini, and he's going to need to be able to cope with the likes of Sam Lowe's here on pole position. It's no exaggeration to say Sam Lowe's red hot. Some Moto2 starting now. Great start from Marco Benteke, and also from the second row for Jake Dixon and into turn 1 from Dixon, but Dixon's wide, and through goes Sam Lowe's. Where's that that's gone down? Is that Fernandez? No, it's... They said it's another disaster for poor Jorge Navarro. Sam Lowe's again missed the start. All in the field, let's hope he's okay. Back at the front then, Betseki made the start that Sam Lowe's wanted, and the top 2. Just thoughts at the moment with Navarro. Hopefully he's going to be okay. Sam Lowe's there. Look up the inside. Yeah. He's upset, clearly. He's frustrated. It's been a horrible run, really. It crashes. He loses second place to Fabio Gian Antonio, and he does. Yeah, and he knows as well that Betseki's got good rhythm. He will not. Hey, Martin, good start from him, just behind Luca Marini. Look at that lunge from Jake Dixon. Now, Lowe's and Dixon coming through that first corner. Dixon got a bit of momentum down this back straight. Martin and Marini. Marcos Ramirez coming through. There is Enea Bastianini on Remy Gardner. That was a lunge and a half across the line. Remy, that was a really aggressive move. That was one that then Lowe's gets back up the inside of Fabio Di Gian Antonio. Betseki's got an advantage of 4/10 of a second already. He's been a bit of a scrappy couple of laps, hasn't it, for Sam? He's up to 14. Chapter with his season best finish in 17. Now, keep an eye on Jorge Navarro. Ramirez involved as well in that incident in turn 1. Lowe's didn't get the greatest of start for Dick's hair. That looked a bit nasty. Good to see that Navarro is okay, but it was contact with Marcos Ramirez and Bastianini. He's through and up into 7th. He's made up 5 places. Gardner's now up into 8th. He's now Jake Dixon. Yeah, Sam Lowe has already taken big chunks of time out of Betseki on this lap through the first sector. Betseki was a nice graphic, that, especially coming into championship time. You'll be able to see the latest World Championship points out of his teammate Luca Marini as it stands, but there is a long, long way to go here in Aragon. Betseki with a lead of just under half a second. Jorge Martin's the man clicking into some serious early rhythm. There is 081. Gardner there is in 8th place, number 87 ahead of Marcos Ramirez, just behind these two. Augusto Epe. Jorge Martin, they've definitely found something settings-wise overnight, because that's just desperate for a point-scoring finish. Gearbox problem ruled him out in Barcelona, returning after absence through time out in Le Mans. Hasn't scored a single point since he was second in somewhat controversial fashion to Betseki. Instant there of Sam Lowe's. Gap to Betseki's 6/10 at the moment. Yeah, and he's keeping tabs on Marco Betseki. He's holding around 5/10, 6/10 to the second, the advantage for the... We've got a bit of a confidence training spill late on this morning in the warm-up session. At turn 2, caught out by... Believe it! And you can see him, it's in between 13 and 14. That has completely changed the complexion of this World Champ. Let's keep an eye on him. He's just behind. Yeah, he lost the front. He tried to hold on to it. He couldn't. He's down. Luca Marini. The pressure has been applied here this weekend, and unfortunately, there's a bit of a shake of the head on the inside curve. Has had a contributing factor. Misery in Motorland for Marini. What an absolute disaster. Advantage Marco Betseki. Look at this now. If you threw the checker flag right now, there'd be 10 points between the top. Doesn't need that info. Wow, that's a massive moment in the championship. Marini, no points last time out in Le Mans, and all he can do now is watch in frustration as Marco, the pendulum has swung so many times in Moto2 in 2020. Then those two have been absent of late. I feel that Sam Lowe's is going to be notified very, very shortly of Marini. So many riders lose the front going into turn 14 this weekend. Marini, though, was well through the cut now, just kicking you while he's down, the first and second in this Grand Prix. In this race, what a job it will be from him in the recent weeks. Now, it means that part of how he's picked himself up off the floor after the bitter disappointment and rejection of last weekend. There he is running in a fantastic... He's about 4/10 down on the Spaniard. He's got a bit of a buffer then back to Bastianini, who we know traditionally comes up still trying to find his best rhythm. Wide there Sam Lowe's was. And turns Nini, number 33, in 6th place. These 4 has handed him a huge lifeline. The top 6 guys in this race are in a different way. It is that lead group of 6 that are just running the superior pace at this stage of the race. Forgettable home Grand Prix for him. Yeah, Remy Gardner just not able to close that gap. Another solid outing from him at the moment. Spanish rider on home soil is 10th at the moment ahead of Fernand. Yeah, not for the first time, sadly. It's another really frustrating after the degree, but he's going to be relieved as well. It's not a sight you want to see. A rider falling mid-pack. Terbaru looks like he's relatively okay. Just his pride taking a bit of a jolt. It was Luca Marini, a rather forlorn-looking, but at the moment, former Moto2 World Championship leader. He's DNF'd in the opening round in Qatar when he tangled with Jake Dixon late on. And then no points last time at the top of the championship. That, of course, can change over the course of the next, 50 and a half. Marco Bezzecchi. So far, so good for the Italian. Yeah, he's riding absolutely immaculately right now. He's knows, very honest indeed, in third at the moment as well. And a little twitchy on exit there from this Distro Galizia Mark VDS ride, just ahead of Jake Dixon. Yeah, those and Gian Antonio, they're actually really close buddies off circuit. Antonio was on Moto3, Sam Lowe's in Moto2. Gian Antonio's going home next season, is he back? Costa Fernandez finding life difficult here today as well. He's just dropped a place down. That's what cost him the podium last time out against Gardner and Bezzecchi. Yeah, just been trying to rob him, unfortunately, for Augusto Fernandez. He's just been picked off by Tom Luthi for 11. Back with Sam Lowe's. Again through sector 1, it's Bezzecchi by just as he's on the green paint. Yeah, Martin started to break Dixon, he took 3/10 out of the bit on the last lap. A real morale boosting and confidence boosting top 6 after the inflation of last Sunday. Lowe's into Gian Antonio, trying to close in on Bezzecchi, just in the background. And here comes Bastianini, he's got that inside line, but he can't quite make it stick just yet. On Dixon, he made the goal about it on the way in, then got him mid-corner. So Bastianini now moves himself up into 5th place. He's 1 point. Bezzecchi not put a foot wrong so far. In second, it's as you were, but here comes a lunge from Gian Antonio. Wonderfully executed move there to the tail of Marco Bezzecchi. Yeah, if there's one strong area of the speed up the race in his 3 tyres, you wouldn't be discounting Martin or Bastianini out the record as well. Real race long duel for 7th place. It's advantage for Ramirez at the moment. They've got a bit of a buffer them back. So at Bay, that's the top 10. Then you've got Luthi, the fading Fernandez, the Airhey Corsi and Nagashima in the point.
Here's the helicopter view then, and Gian Antonio now within striking distance.
Almost didn't cost Bezzecchi 5 points, and it will leave him tied on the same number of points as his absent teammate coming out of turn 14.
To the Jorge Martin is just closing, isn't he, on Sam Lowe's now as well.
Last lap, 53.3 from the Brit. The 2 men behind him, Martin and Bastianini, well, they both pick it.
Doesn't look like that crash has affected the Gian Antonio at all, does it, from this morning in warm-up? 12. P1 and 6/10 then back to Jorge Martin. And then gap of that.
Lowe's a bit loose coming out of turn 11, wasn't he there? No obvious signs that he's running for some.
He felt pretty confident yesterday, but he's got the tyres to last full race distance, Sam Lowe's. Limits there on the exit of turn 15. That seems to be an area Sam's just missing something. Here's the helicopter view of your top 3.
Yeah, just out of shot there is Jorge Martin. That's just over a second. His lead is again 3/10. He just with not consistency. He's not dropped that gap down to the 3/10 line at any stage in this race. Luca Marini.
Joe Roberts is starting to carve through this group. He's faster than Gardner and Ramirez.
Yeah, yet again though, it was that top 5 that were doing 52s where nobody else in the race can match that. Joe Roberts, the Teltrax Racing bound Californian. Garbo looks well on course,
fighting through. The pain is just, at the moment, holding on to one champion rider.
He's down the 18th place right now. Yeah, signed up as well on the eve of this Aragon Grand Prix. Corner in this Aragon Grand Prix. The Sky Racing VR46. Marini was down. Bezzecchi though tried
on that back straight, trying to go through. Here's Marco Bezzecchi. That's invited Sam Lowe's.
The gap was 2/10.